Hey, how's everybody doing out there? This is Craig from Stumpy Grump Scale Speed Shop, and I'm coming at you with episode number 9 of my completed builds. This one is going to cover numbers 41 through 45. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we will start this one off with the Revell 1968 Chevy Chevelle SS 396 Special Edition kit in 1/25th scale. This one has 126 pieces, very nicely detailed. I painted it in Tamiya TS11 maroon, cleared it with their TS13 clear, wet sanded it, polished it, and waxed it. Really love how this one turned out. Really happy about it. I added for the back end to give it a street strip kind of show car, triple threat look. I made custom made the deep dish rims. I added Fireball Model Works Mickey Thompson drag radials. I did bare metal foil for the trim. For all the trim, obviously I used the white decals. I painted the black along the bottom body line here. Let it come around and I'll show you the license plate from Acme License Maker that I made using that website, Bad 68 SS. Okay, so I'll show you a shot at the underneath of the car. The exhaust is all scratch made. The pipes are 1/8 inch styrene tubing that I bent around the axle and everything. Wasn't easy. I did use the kit exhaust tips. I scratch made the mufflers from pieces of sprue and some sheet styrene. You can see I weathered the chassis using various craft paints. And you can get a look at the Mickey Thompson drag radials from Fireball Model Works. Okay, and we'll zoom in on the engine. You see I wired the engine with yellow wires. I did add the heater hoses. I used red ones to emulate red heater hoses. I did add battery cables to this one. Not the best, but they're on there. The air cleaner came from off the sprue. Very nice machined aluminum air cleaner. Very nice looking. Just sitting on there, so I'll pop that off. And you can see the Fireball Model Works Holly carburetor. I'll spin it around. Okay, side shot of it. Sure, excellent looking carburetors, very well detailed. I did add bare metal foil along the radiator here. Give it that little bit of a show look. And to the other side. Headers did not come in this kit. I don't recall what I got them from, just parts box headers. And we'll zip along to the interior. I did add door locks. Try to zoom in a little bit on the interior and show you the steering wheel, and you see the shifter, gauge pod on the console there, bare metal foil for the chrome on the console. I'll spin it around to the driver's side, see if we can get a better shot in there at the gauges. I did add a tack, a column mounted tack. And get a shot of the back seat. Zooming in so it'll grab a little better. There we go. Bare metal foil for the trim and everything. Brush painted Malletol chrome for the window cranks and such. Better shot at the Mickey Thompson drag radials from Fireball Model Works. Custom made the deep dish rims. We'll zoom back out on this one. Whoops. Knocked the camera out of my own hand here. This is an absolutely fantastic kit. Great details, molded in details, very sharp, very crisp. It's a new mold, it's a new tool. As you would expect, everything just fits almost perfectly. Really great. There are a few things that I did differently. Obviously, the rear wheels and tires. Some stuff in the engine that you saw, and the exhaust that you saw. But I did use the kit exhaust tips. I would love to do another one of these. They did the '69 Chevelle based off of this as well. That's coming up a little bit later, probably a couple weeks from now. A little bit of a later build. Won't be getting to it right away. Another wonderful kit. But I'd love to do another '68 as well. Can't do enough of these nice kits. These special edition kits from Revel are just fantastic. They're such a joy to put together. You can never do too many, even of the same subject. Okay, and up next we will have the AMT 1971 Plymouth Duster 340 in 1/25th scale. This one I painted in Model Master Go Mango with Testors Gloss Clear. The hood I did in Krylon Shortcuts flat black. All the trim is bare metal foil. That's what I almost exclusively use on my trim. I did use the black stripes, obviously. Painted and detailed the wheels. The tires are Tampo printed with the Goodyear Polyglass GTs. And we'll take a quick look on the chassis and undercarriage here, the '71 Duster. I did not really weather this one, I just painted and detailed it. Okay, and we'll zoom into the engine compartment. The heater hoses are kit supplied. Those come in the kit. I did add spark plug wires. spin it around. Pretty good details in the engine compartment on this one, all throughout the whole car. To the interior, bare metal foil for the trim, and the dashboard. Zooming in a little bit, try to get it to focus here. The seats I just sprayed, and door panels I just sprayed Stynylrez white primer over Stynylrez black primer. Give it a little bit of depth there. And see the back seat. Now we'll bring it back out. This is one of AMT's better kits. Very nicely detailed. The door panels and all that stuff is just the details and everything in it are nice and deep and sharp. Goes together pretty good. Just a slight problem in the front area here with the windshield and the firewall and the dashboard. You might want to be careful with that if you haven't done this one yet, and you're going to. I messed up and had a problem with these quarter windows. They're supposed to actually be in there. It's a post that actually belongs in there. That's part of the windshield. That was a user error on my fault. I couldn't get working on the body and stuff, those came off. And I just didn't want to fight putting them back in once everything was together, because I forgot. Once I got everything fitting together perfectly, I forgot about those, and they just didn't go in right once you get the body in. So you got to do that before you do all that. But anyways, just a really nice kit from AMT. You can get a lot of flack, but they've got quite a few nice ones too. So don't let some of these naysayers and that talk you out of getting AMT kits, because a lot of them are pretty nice, including this one. Okay, next we'll have another AMT kit, the 1970 Chevy Chevelle SS 454. This one I did in Tamiya TS49 bright red. Obviously I used the black stripes on it. I used bare metal foil for the trim, but I had to actually the side trim here on the door, around the window and all that, was pretty faint, and I ended up just sanding it down and adding some strip styrene on there to make that molding, the drip rail there. The interior detailing was kind of almost non-existent as well. The door panels were almost smooth in that degree. Not very nice, not very good. Trying not to knock the kit. It is an older mold, and it has gone through quite a few production runs, so not going to be perfect, but some patience and a little bit of work to get it right, especially the front end here. I separated the headlights from the grille to put that on. Nice tires, nice wheels and tires. They are printed that way. You don't have to do decals or anything like that. They're printed like that, so that's pretty nice. Okay, we'll go to the underside on the Chevelle. I did use some weathering, once again, just using some basic craft paints. And we'll zoom in on the engine compartment. I did wire the engine, once again, with the yellow wires. Added the heater hoses. Kind of a sparse engine compartment in the AMT here. Not overly detailed or anything like that. Go to the side and you can see I added a axle and axle coil from Mad Modeling, Chris Morgan, Morgan Automotive Detailing. Great looking axle coil. Great looking product there. And we'll go to the other side. Just use, to me, a black panel line accent for some of the, get some of that wash in there. Pick out some details. We'll go around to the interior. Bare metal foil for the trim on the door panels. And to the other side. We'll show the dash details. And a peek at the back seat area there. Zoom it back down. All in all, yeah, kind of almost the opposite of the Duster. Not one of their better kits. Not one of their better ones, but you know, like I said, some patience and a little bit of extra effort, and it turns out to be a pretty nice looking replica of a Chevelle. Next is going to be the Revell 1948 Ford Grease Lightning from the movie Grease. Technically, I guess, so you look at the Chevelle, could have been from Jack Reacher, if you ever saw that movie. Some movie cars, a couple of TV movie cars in a row here. I painted it in Rust-Oleum Gloss White. I did not clear it. I just wet sanded and polished it. Added the decals. I did bare metal foil for all the side trim here. Okay, we'll zoom into the engine on this one. No major detailing on this one, just some paint detailing. No wires or anything like that. Extra hoses added to it, just box stock. Just a little bit of detail painting. To the interior, I did put the zebra seat cushion decals on. See the dashboard. And the gauges. Gauges are decals that come on the decal sheet. did brush painted Molotow chrome on the door handles and window cranks and such. Pretty nice kit. There's 141 pieces to this one, so a lot of detailing, detail painting on some of these. Just a lot of parts. I kind of have a problem with these 30s and 20s, 30s and 40s vehicles. The suspensions for me are tricky. I can never really get them right, so they fight me quite a bit, but I think I got it right in the end. It just took a little extra effort and patience, and I'm pretty short on patience. But all in all, it goes together pretty good, and it looks really, really nice. Very, very nice replica of the Greased Lightning car. Just a fun kit to build. Okay, and we'll finish this segment off with the Revell 1970 Dodge Charger. Dom's Charger from the very first Fast and Furious movie, the one that started it all. This is in 1/25th scale. I painted this one in Tamiya TS14 gloss black, and I sprayed on Tamiya TS13 gloss clear, wet sanded, polished it, waxed it. Pretty happy with this paint job. Pretty nice paint job. It's hard to get, really it is actually hard to get black to really look smooth and clean like this, and I lucked out. I did something right, and I lucked out, let me tell you. Really no decals on this one, just a plain black Charger, which there's nothing wrong with that. Sharp looking car. It might sit a little bit high in the back as kitted. Might want to adjust it a little bit, knowing that ahead of time. Drag slicks, I don't know that his car actually had drag slicks. Maybe more like a drag radial or something like that, but I've seen the movie a few times. I'd have to really pay more closer attention to it. Bare metal foil on all the trim. Really nice. They did a nice job on the engine. It's a really nice looking engine, really nicely detailed. Looks really nice, the blower scoop and everything. Okay, and I'll zoom in on this one. I did wire the engine. Used the red spark plug wires on this one. Give it some extra color. Detail painted everything else. Those hoses coming out of there come in the kit, as do the decals showing the BDS blower. You get the battery decal. Spin around to the side. And onto the other side. Tick through the interior. Not very accurate for the movie car, but a decent interior nonetheless. I did do bare metal foil actually on the roll bar. Turned out pretty good, I think. The movie car did not have the pistol grip shifter or anything like that. I'm pretty sure it had just plain aluminum door panels too. Pretty sure it didn't have a radio either, but you know, still nice. Still nice. You can see the gauges on the gauge panel and a column mounted tack. And again, the roll bar with the bare metal foil on it. It's a pretty nice kit overall in general. There's 122 pieces, so lots of pieces for detailing and everything. As I mentioned a couple of times, I did use bare metal foil for the roll bar in there. And the interior is not really very movie accurate, but still a nice interior nonetheless. I've seen a few of these done in different ways, different colors and all that. Don't have to do it as Dom's Charger. Some very nicely done ones though. So this is a really nice kit. It goes together really well, and even though it's just strictly only has the parts to do it as Dom's Charger, there's no real stock parts or anything like that. You can still alter it a little bit and make it look whatever way you want. You kind of do that with every model kit, but for sure you don't have to do it as Dom's Charger. But it's pretty iconic, pretty nice, and so that's what I was given this to build as, and that's what I built it as. Okay, so that'll end this segment of my completed builds. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. This is Craig at Stumpy Grump Scale Speed Shop, signing off.